Hello, my name is Jonelle Dawkins. Welcome back to my weekly blog where I yap about the things that are important to me in my golden year and just capture the moment. I actually have not been posting as consistently over the past couple of weeks because I've been busy. But I am glad to finally have a moment to sit down, breathe, and yap for a little bit. Today I am recording this at around 5 p.m. November 5th. It is the election day. If you are in America and you're like me, you're probably tired of being inundated with political ads. I wanted to record this video at this time and post it. You will probably see this video after we know the results and everything, but I wanted to just capture this moment of how it feels to be on the cusp of something very different in our country. I say this because I would like to confidently believe that we will have our first Southeast Asian and Black woman president in the next 24 hours. I would like to believe that. And I know I did my part. I voted. I got my friends to vote. My family voted. Made sure my employees voted. Like, everyone has voted. And, like those ads keep saying, we don't we don't know what you voted. We just know that you voted. So I would like to believe that we voted to move this country forward. We voted to give power to a Black woman to see what happens when she does this job. Because we've had 46 white men do this job before. Well, not 45 white men do this job before and one Black man. But we haven't had a woman, we haven't had a phenomenon do this. So that's why I just am rooting for Kamala. I do know that after you elect somebody in office, the campaigning does not stop. Not just for Kamala's second term, but also, there are things that we need done, which is why, and we voted in good faith that she will get those things done, like improve our economy, fix, maybe not fix inflation, but like help us survive inflation. We hope that she will provide aid to the Palestinian people and enact a ceasefire and arms embargo. But all of those things are things that we have to continue to ask for even after November, after January, when she's in office. Like, you have to keep holding your politicians accountable. Voting does not just stop at the polls. If you listen to any of my videos from before, you already know that I believe you vote with your dollars, you vote with your actions. So, like I said, I want to see Kamala win. I want to see her thrive. I know that as a Black woman, it is hard to prove yourself in some of these rooms. So I'm rooting for my sister Greek. I'm rooting for Kamala. And today is also a very special day because it is my 3-year anniversary at my Black job. And 3 years ago, I was passed the torch. The torch was passed to me by the founders of Scrap Atlanta to get things up and running. And I accepted. A little green. I was 23 years old and had never run a nonprofit before in my life. But I said, I'm going to sit down with this paperwork, with this bank account and these passwords, and I'm going to make it work. And I did. It's been 3 years. I've done a lot of learning on the job. I feel like I'm just now hitting my stride because I'm finally getting grants and things like that. And I am thankful for all of the grace that I have received over these past 3 years. And I believe I will be at Scrap Atlanta a very long time, thanks to how much support I've had. I want to make this analogy to Kamala because actually she has worked every branch of the government. She is qualified and she is capable of being a very good president. But I hope that as she navigates like the actual presidency, that she'll be the recipient of grace from Americans. Like, you know, I've been trying to avoid absorbing so much of the current media cycle, but it's very hard, especially because I live in the great state of Georgia. We are now a battleground state, and we are inundated with propaganda. We see a lot of things that say, like, can't afford Kamala, and those disgusting transphobic ads that say, you know, Kamala's for they, them, which is really dumb because it's like, yes, she can be that and she'd also be for us. So, but we've just been experiencing all of those things. And I know that it does not end with her getting elected. Like, you know, every day she's going to be asking about the border. She's going to be asking about the economy. Like, you know, her opponent and opponents um aren't going to just like be like, oh yay, she won, we lost, blah blah blah. They're just gonna be like, okay, yes, she won, but what's she gonna do about this, what's she gonna do about that? So I'm hoping that we as a people just think about where we are. Like, it took me forever to become good at this job. Okay, 3 years. But I exist in the context of the job experiences that I had before being an executive director and whatever job is coming after that. So I'm just taking it all in. I really am. And I hope that I wish nothing but the best for Kamala, her administration. Um, Even though I am agnostic, I still pray to like a deity. I don't really like. I still pray and I still wish good things and warm vibes for people. I don't wish bad things on people because I don't believe in praying like that. But I wish for a safe election season and cycle and inauguration, and I hope everyone gets a chance to stroll to the polls and their vote counts. I am glad to have been able to had a chance to vote. I voted early. I'm also proud that in the state of Georgia, we've had over 4 million early votes casted. We don't know who it's for, but it is pretty divided, which has been like, it's been sending me, honestly, how divided our country is. And I shouldn't be surprised. And I don't really think I am. I'm taking it in. I'm taking note. I'm focusing on what I can control and the joy that I can create with the circumstances that I have. I know that this is like a time capsule episode, so I'm really just focusing on being in the moment and what's going on right now, and just making this video to like encapsulate all of these feelings. And it's so to like take this out of the presidency. I think all of this stuff that's going on, like the humanitarian crises in the Congo and in Sudan and in Gaza that's happening right now, and having to also look at this election and this rhetoric that is just being spewed is like all of this on top of an environmental climate crisis. You know, we are still in the middle. Well, we're wrapping up hurricane season right now. Raphael is in the Caribbean. Who, you know, they know it's gonna be a hurricane, but they don't know what type of hurricane that's happening. There's so much going on in the city of Atlanta. All of these layers that I'm living and experiencing right now. And you know what I'm doing? I'm watching The Golden Bachelorette. Like, I know this sounds ridiculous to some people, but I cannot get caught up in the endless news cycle, in the doom scrolling. Like Tuesdays are my designated no social media days. I don't count. Sorry, I don't count YouTube as social media because I'm not on YouTube to socialize. If that makes sense. But I'm off of TikTok, Blue Sky, Threads, Instagram, Facebook, and even LinkedIn on Tuesdays to just give myself one day to step away from the voices of everybody else and just sort of like being on my own. Even like, I'll still like read articles, and like if somebody important dies, I'll know that happens on a Tuesday. But I get to read the article and not read everyone else's opinions on it. I'm just consuming information, not interacting. I say that talking about like my Tuesday social media breaks because this is very overwhelming, and I hope that whoever is watching this video is able to take time to relax and to breathe and just to remember what we are outside of this. The reason why I bring up the Golden Bachelorette is because, first of all, how come I don't have any friends to talk to about this besides my aunt? And like, I love to talk about this with my aunt, even though she's always ahead of me and spoils it. But like, yo, I just like literally just earlier today, I just watched the finale part 1, and I have always been rooting for Chalk. Like, I love Chalk and Joan. They're crazy about each other. And the reason why I really like how Chalk does not play about Joan is because these people are old. Like, yes, they could probably live to 100, which is in the 30 years of their life, but they already have lost love. They already know what it's like to build a family, to build all of these things, and to have it taken from them. Chalk is not playing around with Joan. He lets her know how he feels. He is open, and Joan is on this journey with him. Like, she's taking it in. She's trying to figure out, she had to choose between 24 guys. So I understand her caution with figuring out whether or not she really, really wants to be with Chalk or not. But I appreciate how all in Chalk is. I appreciate how Guy has opened up. And also, I appreciate Pascal. I love Pascal. He is French. He is suave. And just like he said at the end of this episode, I didn't think he was going to make it this far either. Like, let's be real. I would have swapped out Chalk for Jonathan. But that's just me. That's just me. Or Charles. The little Asian Charles. I can't remember if it was L or K. But him and he made me cry every episode. I would have swapped Pascal out for one of them. But that's just my opinion. But I like watching The Golden Bachelorette because it's like, it's so different to watch people experience love at a different stage of their life versus now. A lot of my friends were experiencing like our first real loves. Like, there is a different type of, you could have loved somebody in high school, yes, but you experience it differently when you're in your 20s and 30s and this is your first time and you're like, wow, I can really see the possibilities with this person. Versus you had that experience, you saw the possibilities, and you walked that road until it ended. And now you're able to walk that road again with somebody else at a different stage of your life. It's beautiful. I think about my dad's step parents, both of whom, I know it sounds weird. So my dad's parents remarried, and both of my dad's parents passed away, unfortunately. So both my dad's step parents are single, and I was like, ooh, what if we nominate them for the Golden Bachelor and the Golden Bachelorette? But everyone in my family has been like, why would you do that? So I understand. And especially after watching Pascal's story, where Pascal was like, my daughter signed me up for this, or I was fresh out of a relationship. I don't know why she did that. This is fun, but this isn't for me. So that's very powerful to watch. Like, I haven't watched the original Bachelor and Bachelorettes. I think I might get into it finally this year, because now I'm like really curious to see how like they bring back characters from the other seasons to, coach people through their seasons. So I like that vibe. But also I'm just curious to see like how do people find love and choose what's best for them at this age. Or not this age, but 60s and 70s. And that has been a really good escape for me, along with sewing as well. Um, I do know that I have been, I guess, panic buying, if that makes sense, recently. Like, I'm not gonna say like I'm spiraling or anything like that. I'm totally not. But there are multiple layers that I'm living with right now, living under this election cycle, seeing how our country could literally fall apart. Like I said, our climate crises, um, my own personal layer um, of just life, my job, like all these things are happening, and it's been a little stressful. So I've been going to the store and buying a couple more things than I should, eating a little bit more than I should. But I have to be cognizant of this is what's happening in this moment. This is a stressful time to give myself the grace to get through it. Be like, okay, you had a couple more cookies than you should tonight. It's okay. This is not um a bigger picture of what you're going through right now. This is just the snapshot. And like I said, this is the point of this video. Just a snapshot of everything I'm feeling in this election cycle, in this moment, on November 5th, 2024, the 3-year anniversary of my black job. And to anybody watching this, I really hope that you are going to be okay. We will all be okay. There is a lot going on right now, but we'll be okay. Whether or not what happens, um, we'll be okay. So I guess I'll make this next video after we have our next president. And yeah, I'll see you guys later, and I can't wait to share my sewing projects with you guys and other things that happen. So bye.